I just want to do a quick video about the dynamics of relationships between men and women. And it's mostly, the main reason I want to do this is because I know a lot of men and a lot of women who are hurt and who are lonely. You know what I'm saying? They hurt, they lonely, they want somebody, they can't figure out why they can't find somebody. A lot of these people are, what people would deem to be attractive people, intelligent people, educated people, good people, people with integrity. So it would make no sense from the outside looking in, why people are single. So I'm going to draw from my experience and just some of my thoughts, and try to draw some insight on the subject. I think the main reason that men and women today, there's so many lonely men and there's so many lonely women, and people aren't forming successful relationships, is because there's a disconnect. I think that disconnect has to do with the fact that it's not really an ability to really communicate between the sexes. It's almost like we speak two different languages, and made more that's made worse by the fact that times is changing so fast that the roles of men and the roles of women have changed so fast that I don't even know if people know what to expect when they get with somebody, or what they want, or what they should be able to expect from being in a relationship, or from dealing with somebody. Like, a lot of times the man looks at it like, well, this is what this entails, and the woman is looking at it like something totally different. So the man is expecting one thing, the woman is expecting another. I think that we really speak two totally different languages, as far as women don't understand how men think or want, and men don't understand how women think or want. Now, I'm gonna speak more from the man standpoint. I think, like, when I talk to a lot of my friends, a lot of my homies, one thing that men don't understand is that how much different women are wired than us. And I know that, in the year 2018, they make things to where, as though, oh, the man and the woman are basically the same, the man and the woman are the same. We are equal, but we are separate. It's like separate but equal. We're equal, but in that regard, we excel in different things, like yin and yang. Yin and yang aren't the same, but they're equal because they're different. Like, proportionally, they're equal, but they're total opposites. So a lot of time, men, we look at situations and we evaluate them. We evaluate them using quantitative analysis, using logic. We'll look at a thing and we'll try to measure it. We'll say, all right, well, we'll try to apply a spatial or a dimensional dynamic to it. We'll say, all right, well, this is this high, or the distance is that far, or it will take this much effort to reach this goal, or this many resources, this much money, whatever. So we look at women the same thing. We look at a woman, think, well, she's this attractive. We kind of look at ourselves, think, all right, well, we're this attractive. You know what I'm saying? I should be able to, or why can't I? Or, you know what I'm saying? But with women operate on feeling, or on feel. So they'll look at a man and they'll think, or they might not even think, oh, that man looks good. Like, but how women think, a man could, like, be walking down the street, right? Now, the thing that's going to make women attracted to him is not just simply really how he looks, it's his energy. It's like, it's some people will call it swagger, some people call it sauce, some people call it drip, whatever. It's that energy that's going to make the woman, quote unquote, attracted to him, or maybe even lust after him. It's something that we can't even really necessarily quantify or explain, to where a man will see a woman and be like, well, she's this attractive, I want her. With women, it's energy. So small things like smiling or carrying yourself a certain way makes all the difference with women. Or knowing how to make proper eye contact, like, if she embraces the eye contact, returning with a smile, she returns it with a smile and maintains eye contact speaking. Knowing how to go up, without alienating, kind of up the level without alienating. With women, it's a lot more about feel. Women want to be comfortable. They want to enjoy themselves. They don't want to feel like, well, a man came up to me and he was handsome, so I gave him my number. They want to feel like, I just enjoyed that vibe. I enjoyed that experience. Men look at it like being handsome or having money means we should automatically have the woman. Women aren't wired like that. They don't think like that. Like, being handsome or having money or social status or whatever, it kind of boosts your confidence, and it, like, boosts your ability to kind of be around women, and it kind of just makes the vibe easier. That's all really that, like, taking a woman on a nice date, it just make her comfortable. And so this kind of relates to something Nikola Tesla said. If you want to understand the mysteries of the universe, think in terms of frequency, vibration, and energy. And I'm paraphrasing, so I may have got the order wrong, but that's the gist of it. It's the same thing with women. Think in terms of frequency, vibration, and energy. It's like you could see a woman one day, she might not pay you any mind. You see her a different day, she might actually pursue you because they operate more on emotion. Like as a man, we could have a bad day and still see a beautiful woman and say something to her. But women, a woman will have a bad day and not want to be approached just because she don't like the way she looks today, or she just woke up feeling funky. She won't want to be approached. So women are way more on feeling. They don't focus on quantitative factors. They focus on qualitative factors. So that's a big reason for the disconnect. A lot of my homies, they might, be nice looking people, educated or whatever like that, and they can't understand for the life of them the disconnect between women, or why you see women with men that it's like, why is she with him? But it's about the vibe. It's about his vibration, his frequency, and his energy. And that's what she was attracted to. And that kind of builds on my next point, which is that if you truly want to meet somebody, focus on the internal self. Know yourself. Because once you start vibrating a certain way, and your frequency becomes a certain way, your energy becomes a certain way, you'll attract women, situations to you automatically. And that's the difference between attraction and lust. Like, you can be lusted after, but that's temporary, that's fickle. And but real attraction is almost ethereal in nature. It almost can't be explained. You're attracted to somebody's energy, the way they carry themselves, the way they make you feel about yourself. And women really function on that level. That's why, like somebody like Socrates, the great philosopher, who though he was one of the more reputed to be one of the more the less attractive men, the ugliest man in Athens, he also was like the most seductive man in Athens, because his energy was on the beam. His energy was great. And women are super about that. And it takes experience. Like, I've literally had times where I seen a pretty girl every day. Maybe I tried to say something to her one day. She would keep walking. A month later, I would try to say something to her. She might acknowledge me, but you know what I'm saying, take my number, keep walking. I might see the same girl later. She might end up going out with me right then and there. We might speak out of nowhere. Now she's showing me all this attention. Another thing I gotta understand is you don't necessarily know what's going on in these people's lives, or women's lives. A woman can have a man can have a horrible day, leave the house, see an attractive woman, and still wanna pursue her. Women aren't really built like that. They're more on feeling and emotion and how things feel. So that's something that I definitely want men to keep in mind. And also, women won't tell you what you want to know with their mouths. Like, they'll tell you in every other way but their mouths, because communication is 70% nonverbal. I think 40% is body language, and the other 30% is tone. So, and women reward men who seem to be perceptive and can pick up on things. Like, if she gives you a little, you step it up a little bit, but you don't go too far. They enjoy that because they're all about comfort and feeling, and they don't want things to be awkward because they're about comfort and feeling. Like, man, we don't care if things is awkward. If she's attractive, if she seems not to be, I guess I don't want to use this word, but if she seems not to be a whore, we all for it. We probably want to marry her. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she pretty. She not a whore. Her dress game is cool. She got a decent career path. It's automatic. Women will end up, and it's not really about money with women. It's about vibe. It's about feeling. It's just that the money usually just increases the vibe or the feeling. But women will end up with a dude that don't have that just because his vibe was right. But then a lot of the times they regret that because he wasn't like a good person, or he just wasn't the type of man who can provide. So it's a lot to this, and this is something we're going to probably talk about a lot. But I want people to understand that it's a difference between their perception of women and the reality. It's a vast difference, and it's like an iceberg. An iceberg is 80% below the surface. So you can see certain things about women, or even to get to the simulation, the simulacrum and simulation. We've been led to perceive certain things about women in our consumer-driven society that likes to put people in these specific roles. So a simulation can be created, which is likened to reality, but which isn't really based on reality. But it's just that. It's a simulation. And I'm not saying that men and women don't share common needs and thoughts. Like, women are, you know, sexual beings. I don't, you know, follow that antiquated belief system that women don't think sexually and things like that. They probably want sex more than us. Like, their body is wired to have sex as much, if not more, than men. But just understand, they think totally different. Like, they don't even necessarily see your car or how tall you are or how handsome you are and think, I want that. With them, that starts the process of them kind of feeling something or feeling the vibe, but it's not the vibe. Because as far as that, I know plenty of men who have Benzes and nice homes, and they're not like bad looking, but they don't get no girls. It's because it's all about the vibe. It's all about, at the end of the day, it's really all about the sauce. You know what I'm saying? And so, and as I do more videos, I'm going to try to talk about and broach this subject more. But I just really wanted to start the dialogue, and I want men to understand that women do not think like us. So don't be upset when you think, all right, why am I not getting the results that I want? Why don't I attract the women that I want? Focus internally, especially because women, whether they realize it or not, women are far more perceptive of the hidden nature of things than men are generally. So they focus on that a lot more. They focus on the vibe, the frequency, the energy, the feeling, the qualitative measures of things a lot more. That's why they like nice things. That's why they make emotional decisions, and they function more emotionally. So it's my hope that I got my point across somewhat, and that, you know, men in particular, stop thinking that women think like you do. They don't quantify and measure and analyze things the way that you do. Just focus on, you know, being at peace, your vibe, what you want. Know yourself, because the only thing you can know is yourself. And when somebody really knows themselves and understands themselves, that's very attractive to a woman. That's true confidence. So, you know, hopefully this video will benefit you, and, you know, may the sauce be with you. You know, it's the saucy.